Weekly outlook and prediction. Stocks and crypto. Yo, what up, bro? We're doing the weekly outlook and prediction live. I'll try to make a video at the end of this, but we'll see. So that means it's closed completely? The U.S. stock market will be closed Good Friday. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna do all of our research live, and then maybe make a video. So just give a few minutes for people to come in, share the stream, and then we will start the show, guys. We're gonna do all of our research live, and then I'm gonna see if I make a video. 78, no, 79 followers on Twitch, guys. Holy smokes. Thank you so much. Zelly, Bano, Duke Nukem. Yeah, bro, we're doing Sunday stream. This is the weekly outlook of predictions. And how do we have 79 followers on Twitch, though? We're going to do this live. I'm going to do all my research live for the weekly outlook of prediction. We're going to do this with you guys. What I normally do, like, before I do a video, I'm going to do that. I want to know how we got 49 or 79 followers on Twitch, though. Who's the new follow? And I have to set up the stream too. Classic, you crazy. So I'm gonna set up the stream. Alright. So give me 1 second to set up the stream. Yeah, 4600 wins. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Dude, we're at 79. We're getting so close to our goal. Unbelievable. Okay, now let me set up the stream. And we'll go from there. So it's 3:30 to 4:03. /3. Danny Lamb, thanks for coming in on the weekend. So I'm figuring out all this stuff live with you guys. We're gonna figure out all my predictions live, like we used to do. Okay. We got that. Now, let me grab a drink real quick. All right. Now let's see what we got for this week. I'm gonna try to make a video, but I don't know, guys. I've just been messing up on the videos, man. It's hard to do it off the top, so we're gonna do this live here. All right, so the thing about GameStop, right? We have these two gap fills to the downside. Look at this crazy wick. First of all, why are we in this massive downtrend right now? Guys, I hate to be the bearer of bearish news, but now this could be am I reaching? Am I reaching? Yeah, I'm reaching on that one, bud. We just have the downtrend. So we broke this uptrend here on GameStop. We have this overall downtrend here. GameStop warrants up slightly here in after hours, but that's after a huge dump. Look at this crazy wick, by the way. When is the uptrend for AMC? Bro, I'm going to keep calling for a downside until we break this trend line because it's the only ethical thing I can do. Because I know for a fact if we do not break this downtrend, we're not coming back up. So the only thing I can do is tell you guys, look, we have this trend line here. It's a very clear trend line. We might even be making another falling wedge, which would be ridiculous. It looks like we are. Guys, we're getting slaughtered out here, man. I can't even front on you guys. AMC's getting slaughtered, but when things get like this is when I get excited personally, especially when people start to lose hope and stuff like that. Not that I want to see people lose hope, because every single time that has happened on AMC, we've had some type of rally afterwards. I'm just hoping the same thing can happen again. Every single time. So, for example, we had this where people were definitely losing hope. We came down to a new low of 230. It was like 238 or something like that. We started rallying, which gave us momentum. Shorts got fucked. Oh, I didn't mean to cut, but shorts got screwed off that momentum. We had a little squeeze. And this is when Citron Research was like, look, I'm done shorting AMC. And Citron Research said, I'm done shorting GME, not AMC. Let me make sure that's clear. AMC is done, man. So yeah, no, just when people say stuff like that, that's when shit happens. That's the same thing people said. And this is what's happened in the stock market. That's the same thing people said here. That's the same thing people said about Bitcoin. Right here. When they say it's done, that's when it starts. When people are like, it's over. There's no chance. Just like when SPY, for example, everyone said SPY will never crash. SPY will never fall. As soon as people said that, SPY started to fall. They said it will never crash. SPY to 700. SPY will never pull back. SPY's in full capitulation right now. It just had a down week of over 2.23%. That's a crash. This is officially a crash. From peak to trough, SPY is down. And this is just tradable time. This isn't even after hours. SPY is down 9.5%. That's a crash. We're actually in capitulation right now on SPY. We should see a little bit of a bounce, but it's probably going to be led by another sharp drop down. We're starting to enter like 2008 style. Iran war puts. Trump on shaky ground with young MAGA men. Oh man, I hate the news. It has nothing to do with what I was looking at. Like, it's all political spins and stuff like that. Like, I type in Iran news, and we have like a political spin. Hey, I want to thank anybody tuning in right now. Whoa, we have 30 people in the building and 4 on Twitch. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that, guys. First of all, I didn't think we would get anyone on Twitch, so I appreciate that on the weekends. We have now 79 followers, guys. We're getting close to 80 followers. I appreciate y'all. There's a bot in the chat? Stop playing. Joshua, I'm going to try, bro. I'm going to try to give you some good data lines. Oh, stock market is closed on Friday, unfortunately. To reveal something very, very big. This comes after GME recent blowout earnings. It wasn't a blowout earnings, it was decent. This interview is old. This is old. This is old news, bro. Yeah, the stock market will be closed for Good Friday, April 3rd. I think GameStop's going to come down, fill the gap in the morning, and then push back to the upside. We have this overall downtrend, so we should get recovery on GameStop on Tuesday. It said Todd the bot. SQQQ is overbought. It definitely made money. SQQQ's definitely made money, but it's overbought. I made a dotted line and it's tracking. So you'll probably see SQQQ pull back a little bit. And then come back to the upside. SPY's about to get a little bit of recovery because it's full capitulated. And I'll show you guys that for a fact. SPY is full capitulated. All right, but this is what I normally do like alone. I'll probably start, if I feel like it, I'll probably start doing this live again. But this is the stuff I would do for like an hour or two before making a video. I would kind of look things up. See what we need to look at, see what data drops we have. Might as well do it all live, right? So we have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday unemployment while the market's closed. What? And unemployment looks like that's funny as hell. That's funny as hell. Unemployment looks like it's gonna come out hot. And they're doing it on the day where the market is closed. Coincidence or not? You guys let me know in the comments down below, man.
Thank you.
Todd, why are you doing this? Brother, you just made the whole stream worth it. Thank you so much, bro. Todd with the 10-piecer, dude. And I have a new strategy. Thank you so much, Todd, for the 10-piece. I have a new strategy that's going to take us viral. I have a new strategy that's going to take us viral, guys. This year is the year DZ Fan blows up. I promise you. We blow up this year. I just need your guys' continued support. That's all I need. I will do the work, and I know the formula. Todd, thank you for that 10 bomb. Can we get some hype chat? No, whoa, chill, guys. You don't have to do this. You do not have to do this, bro. You do not have to do this, guys. Chill. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, truly. You guys don't have to do this. Danny Lamb with the gifted membership. Danny Lamb with the gifted membership, dude. I promise you, 2026 is our year, guys.
Mayo?
Neo, yo, chill! DZ fam, bro. I got you on Neo, bro. I got you on Neo. Give me 1 second, brother. Give me 1 second. Let me. Wednesday and Friday unemployment while the market's closed. What? And unemployment looks like it. That's funny as hell. That's funny as hell. Unemployment looks like it's going to come out hot. And they're doing it on the day where the market is closed. Coincidence or not? You guys let me know in the comments down below, man. All right. I got you, brother. Let me just edit this clip. So during the streams, I'm not gonna share my secret. But guys, we're going viral. I promise you. I promise you, we're going viral and we're blowing up this year. I have the formula. I have the plan. All right, let me give you your Neo. Okay, so we said Neo was going to pull back, right? We said Neo was going to pull back. It did. It pulled back a little bit more aggressively than we anticipated, but it did pull back as expected. Now, we've been very on point with this. These are all dotted lines for Todd. This one track, this one track, this one track, this one track, this one track. We've been very on point for this. Oh, Todd, the thing is, there's a big gap here. There's a big gap here, bro. So you're probably going to see where it's pretty oversold, but you're probably going to see this thing come down to at least $5, $4.90, dude. I would look for an entry around that level. Anything under like $5 should be prime. And then that should give you a run up. The homie Skater Marine is also in this stock, so hopefully he hears this. Dude, I appreciate you, Danny Lamb. I really do. So if you want a white dotted line, it would look something like this, bro. There's a big gap here. Let me give myself a medium support. There's a big gap here. You already lost this main level of support too. So if I had to guess, bro, it's probably going to drop down a little bit more. Have to fill this gap, bottom out, and then come up from there. Now, we've been extremely accurate on this Neo stock. All these dotted lines are my prediction. We had this uptrend, broke it, dropped down. We predicted that. We predicted this little hump here. Then we had this run up with the uptrend. You guys could see it held the trend line. We predicted that uptrend. Then we predicted this top here as it started to fall back. Neo has recently been doing very, very well in the news. Has some good news coming out, so it looks like it's doing good. People are comparing it to a Tesla. I don't know if it's there yet, especially because Tesla does a lot of different things. But this is a interesting stock that could do very, very well, and something you should definitely keep on your radar, ladies and gentlemen, in my personal opinion. Here's my prediction for Neo. It's probably going to be coming underneath $5.25, $5. Anything under $5, $4.50, $5 should be a steal to buy up. It should be bottoming out soon. RSI oversold on multiple time frames, but I think there's a little bit more downside left, and then we'll see a continuation back up towards $5.50, maybe even $6 here on Neo. Guys, like and subscribe and lock in for predictions like this every single day. Open door. I haven't looked at that in a long time, so we'll take a quick look, especially since the family's been so generous. You guys, that's insane. 10-piece and a gifted membership, and we got a follow on Twitch. Wow. Wait, is there more than a 10-piece? And Todd with the 2-piece. Whoa. Calm down, guys. Calm down. And a gifted membership from Danny. Thank you, guys. GME will bounce after it comes down for the gap fill, bro. This could be a massive falling wedge on open. This could be a massive falling wedge on open. Yo, this could be a play, bruh. This could be a play. I might have to pop this in the Discord, bro. I mean, this is something that the fam should definitely have on their radar. For sure. Oh, I got the flash on. Massive falling wedge on open, dude. I put price targets in there as well. Yeah, open is big, dude. That's something that people definitely need to have on their radar. That's a massive falling wedge on open. If it breaks and holds $6, that means it's breaking out. And it has price targets up to $7 or $8. Come on, I just want to share the stream, bro. I hate when things are difficult, bro. I'm just sharing the stream real quick, guys. Do you have any other stocks that you want to look at? What is this? System down 17% in after hours. All right. EQT. EQT Corp. Overbought. Daily time frame. Major resistance at 70. It's going to go up a little bit higher and then pull back. Not financial advice. Just had good earnings. It's going to go up a little bit higher and then pull back. It's going to top out at 70. 68, 70 bucks. Not financial advice. Not financial advice. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, open as a big falling wedge, bro. That's the play. This could be a good buy low, sell high. Right now it's peaking though, so it's gonna pull back a little bit. Probably find a bottom around like 420, 450, and then push up from there. All right, now. How long have we been live? All right, so we're gonna start trying to do see if I can get a video made. I just need to check AMC news, GameStop news, and stock market news. AMC down 98%. CEO channels Taylor Swift to silence the haters. This guy's a clown, guys. This is our CEO, clown. Shout out to anybody watching right now, man. Shout out to everybody watching right now. I appreciate you guys for popping in on the weekend. Looks like we have 5 over on Twitch, 28 here on YouTube. 30 likes. Andrew, what up, brother? We're putting in the work. GameStop news, Bitcoin, BTC covered call strategy. Yeah, did you guys hear that GameStop? This is definitely something I want to post. Did you guys hear that GameStop is selling covered calls on their Bitcoin? This is definitely something I want to post. Let me get this on there. Roaring Kitty speculation too. Roaring Kitty, GME options on Roaring Kitty return speculation. And this is a perfect intersection of crypto and stocks. GameStop has disclosed that nearly all of its 4,700 Bitcoin were pledged to Coinbase as collateral for covered call options, rather than being sold. Fire, bro. This is genius. All right, so GameStop stock news. GameStop has been selling covered calls using its Bitcoin. This is great in my opinion. They still have the BTC and can make money off of it while waiting for the next upside move. Genius. Theaters are pumping Project Hail Mary. Theaters are pumping Project. What is Project Hail Mary? What is Project Hail Mary? Okay, so that's the one thing. Do we talk about the Roaring Kitty speculation? Let's check out GME's options chain. We can't see everything until... I don't see anything crazy. There's only 650,000 shares available to borrow for AMC. Cost to borrow 0.99%. Oh man, we are doing what we need to do. We are crushing it, bro. Jackson, what up, my friend? Hey, yo, did you guys see that GameStop is selling covered calls? Check it. What a genius strategy. While they're waiting for the next upside move, they can gain premium. GameStop has disclosed that nearly all of its 4,700 Bitcoin were pledged to Coinbase as collateral for covered call options strategy rather than being sold. The company wrote short-dated call options with the strike price between 105,000 to 110,000 to generate premium income, capping its upside on Bitcoin while maintaining its exposure. Genius, ladies and gentlemen. Also, check this. Roaring Kitty speculation. Things could get wild. Like and subscribe for more. Peace. Okay, now after all of that nonsense, we're gonna make a video. What is Project Hail Mary, dude?
Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji,
Kai Supreme, the
fire
covenant Kai
emoji,
Supreme
fire
super
emoji,
chat.
fire emoji, fire emoji,
Let's go.
fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji.
Thank you, sir, man. The coveted Kai Supreme super chat. Oh my God. All right. We did 2 short videos. Now let's make a long form. All right. So, my theory on GameStop. Kai Supreme, thank you so much, by the way. Something's going on with YouTube chat. Like, it looks really weird. If you guys want to help out even more. Oh, Project Hail Mary. Oh, man, that's another thing I have to post. Come on, bro. What is happening? That's the last thing I'm posting then. Oh, it's this guy? Project Hail Mary starring Ryan Gosling has become a major box office hit for Amazon MGM Studios, opening with 140 million globally. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Why does it say 1 on Twitch when there's clearly 4 people on Twitch? Thank you, Twitch gang. I appreciate you. We need the support. All right, so yeah, let me post about Project Hail Mary box office on Twitter. I don't think the Roaring Kitty speculation is worth it. This is options chain. I don't see anything weird. 5 have been purchased. GameStop insider trading. GME stock. Open 10-minute time. On the open market, 10-minute. What? On the open market 10 times in the past 6 months. 5 have been purchased. And 5 have been sales. What? Dude, who wrote this shit? Here's a breakdown of insider trading over the last 6 months. Yes, we know. We know. I don't think this is anything. This is a nothing burger, in my personal opinion. All right, so we have the Iran stuff still happening. So all we have to do is talk about Project Hail Mary for AMC News. Let's get crypto in here, and then we're good. We're going to make a video. Crypto is still bottoming, in my opinion. But, guys, we've deviated from the fractal. I just wanted to see if there's buy orders here for AMC. No, there's not. AMC's also making another falling wedge, which means we could come all the way down to 90 cents before bottoming. Wow. So if we lose this 93 or this 94 support, it looks like we have support at 94 and 93. If we lose that, the next major support is going to be 90 cents. We should be able to close above this, bro. But if we don't get back above $1 soon, it's going to be a problem. So, falling wedge says we could come all the way down to 90 cents. Last falling wedge we had, we did get a bounce out of it, but we continued down. And that happened several times. It keeps making falling wedges because it's ultimately trying to be bullish, but it's getting pushed down. Falling wedge like that is a clear sign of manipulation, especially when you just keep making multiple falling wedges. RSI extremely oversold. When people say it's done, also that's when shit happens. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. But ultimately, if SPY keeps pulling back, it's gonna put a headwind on our meme stocks, unless we get some type of like drawdown to where margin calls kick in, and I don't think that happens until under 600. SPY is definitely going to get a bounce. It left the gap fill to the upside, and RSI is oversold on the daily time frame. If you think SPY is not going to bounce, you're crazy. Intrinsic value of AMC, I don't know, brother, to be honest with you. How much should all the stores and everything be worth? Kai Supreme, thank you. Alright. We're gonna make our video now. We're gonna post about Project Hail Mary and make the video. Thank you guys for tuning in on a weekend. That movie sounds dope, though. Like, I kind of want to see it. We're still tracking here on BTC, so I have to stick with my guns on that. But we also have to check out the fractal. Okay, we're in buy orders. We broke the timeline. This is where we're at. So we're good. We're good. We're good. What you're going to see is an accumulation and then a push up on BTC. And this is the pattern. Look, this pattern is this. We're gonna accumulate in these buy orders and then push to the upside. Perfect. That's what I love to see. So BTC smooth. Let's post about Project Hail Mary. You know who should be posting about Project Hail Mary? Adam Aaron. Okay. All right, so we have BTC. I have Project Hail Mary. Could this help movie stocks like AMC stock that still came out left field that's not picking up steam in the box office? Does it signal a start to a return box office? Over 3 million worldwide in under 2 weeks. We have jolts, retail sales, and unemployment. Market is closed on Friday. Crypto fear and greed going back into extreme fear. And the Bitcoin is dead zone. We're in the Bitcoin, the buy zone for Bitcoin. All right, I'm gonna try one try, guys. 1 or 2 tries. AMC could possibly come down to 90 cents. Still sticking to my gun that we should bounce, especially now that we identified the falling wedge and the oversold nature. I'm gonna do a short, sweet. Wait, you guys are beefing in the chat? Are you guys beefing in the chat? Andrew and Todd can't be beefing. Are you guys joking around? Why did we have multiple super chats on a freaking weekday? You guys are crazy. Bro, this thing keeps saying there's only like 2 people. Bro, there's 4 people in Twitch right now. Stop lying to me, bro. You're freaking me out. We have to stay over 3 people. All right, so the main thing is AMC, GameStop has to come down and fill the gap. What news do we have? We have box office news for AMC. I'll let everyone know the stock market is closed right away. All right, so start off with a bang. Stock market is closed. Stock market is closed. Major news for AMC and GME plus technicals. Weekly outlook and prediction. This is easy. GameStop will remain in the downtrend. We have 2 downside gaps. I believe these gaps will get filled this week, at least one of them, and then we'll bounce. RSI is very oversold. Once GameStop bounces, that should help AMC bounce. All right, let's do this. Yo, what up, family? This beat came on and started popping, bro. All right, hold on. We might have to do 2 takes, so I know it's cringe, but it is what it is. Okay. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. Weekly outlook and prediction. Major news for AMC and GME. SPY in full capitulate mode. What is happening next? We're going to break this down and more in this video. This video is not financial advice. Let's go and hop in the charts, facts, data right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some major news for the stock market, as the stock market will be closed on Friday. So make sure you guys understand that the market will not be trading at all for Good Friday, April 3rd. So it's going to be a short week. With those short weeks, you know, options expire early. So things could get crazy if we can get some upside momentum, and vice versa if we start going down. So be ready for extreme volatility on this week. Now, we're going to start with AMC and GME, then we'll move into SPY and BTC. Skip to where you need to be in this video. As far as GME is concerned, GME is in a overall downtrend, ladies and gentlemen. So we had this nice breakout of the falling wedge, which we tracked here on the channel. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to get information like this. We broke out of it, and I called for this rally to the upside for about 25 bucks. We came up around 25 and rejected from that level, and then we broke the overall uptrend right here, and we are now in a downtrend, ladies and gentlemen, and I did call for this downside as well. We have 2 major gap fills on the daily time frame. These gap fills, I believe, are going to get filled this week, at least one of them. The gap right now was partially filled last week, starting at 22.03 at this current time and going down to about 21.92. Now we have another gap fill on the daily time frame underneath that as well, at 21.36 to about 21.25. That is the second gap. If we break below this gap, that we will come down to and have to fill. We are potentially going to fill one, if not both of these gaps this week. Now, why this is actually more bullish than bearish in my personal opinion, because if we come down and fill these gaps, not only are we going to be deep in oversold territory, but we will most likely find a bottom, and then we should start to be able to push up to fill these gaps. And these gaps are to the upside, and they are on the daily time frame, starting at around roughly 28.10 to 28.41 and 29.33 to 29.65. So I believe what we're going to do is fill these gaps to the downside first, and then potentially bottom and start pushing up to these upside gaps, which is very, very bullish. But unfortunately, for this week, I hate to be the bearer of bearish news, but it looks like we're going to be pulling back here earlier this week. Now, what I think is most likely going to be the most likely scenario here for GME is we'll see some consolidation here on Monday, dropping down to fill the gap early in the morning and then recovering from there. And then after Monday, around Tuesday or Wednesday, we should be able to start seeing some recovery as long as we can break back above 22.50. Now, if we lose the level of 21.50, then you're going to see a drop down to go fill that second gap right away. But in my personal opinion, I'm more thinking that this gap will get filled and this gap might have to wait for some other time. But ultimately, we do need to fill both of the gaps. So if we did come down a little bit lower, I would be buying or maybe looking for a potential entry, because that's where I think we will be bottoming after that 21.25 level and that gap is filled. So again, earlier in the week, I believe we're going to see some downside for GME, but we should be able to see some recovery in the later half of the week. And filling these gaps is more bullish in the bigger picture than it is bearish. So expect some downside here for GME, especially if the market continues to see headwind. Now, the fact that GME is pulling back is also affecting AMC, and the fact that the market is pulling back is also affecting AMC. But we do have some bullish news here for AMC and GME. As you guys can see, this movie came out of left field, ladies and gentlemen. Project Hail Mary is a movie that came out of left field and is doing numbers. Could this be a signal of a returning box office? We also have hits like Avatar that were just out, and we have upcoming hits as well, like Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man movie. We have the new Avengers movie and several other bangers that are going to be coming out as well that could signal a start to a returning box office and could start helping fundamentally stocks like AMC. So that's what we're looking at as far as the news. Maybe you guys want to check that movie out, and if you do, go check it out in an AMC theater. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe, as I have gone out to AMC theaters and recorded my experience. You guys can check those videos out on the channel. Now, GME has been selling covered calls with its BTC. So not only do they maintain their BTC exposure, but they're gaining money in the short term while waiting for the next upside move. This is absolutely genius. Now, I also saw some news on GME about Roaring Kitty speculation in the options chain. I think that's pretty much a nothing burger in my personal opinion. Until Roaring Kitty tweets again, I'm going to be assuming he's out of the game unless we see some crazy options activity. I did look at the options chain and didn't see too much, in my personal opinion. But this covered call strategy for BTC and holding their BTC and making money in the meantime is absolutely genius and bullish for GME. Now back to the technicals here for AMC. We are in an overall falling wedge. We do have that bullish news with the box office as well, but AMC looks like it potentially is going to be coming down to a low of 90 cents. Now I have to keep it real with you guys. Until we break this downtrend here, this red line here, and that's why you should like it, subscribe, lock in, we are going to continue down. Now we do have support here at 94 and 93 cents. So we have strong support here, but if we lose 93, we're coming straight down to 90 cents very, very quickly. Now, even though we've been in a overall downtrend, each time we've broken out of these falling wedges, we have gotten a pop to the upside. And RSI is so oversold now that I am still putting hope in for AMC to make a bottom. Also, a lot of people are saying AMC is done. It's completely over. That is the same exact things people said about AMC right before this massive move to the upside. They were saying it's done, it's over, we've been in an overall downtrend. We just had the reverse split, and then we had this big run up to the upside. Also, the same thing they said about Bitcoin. Bitcoin was dead before making this massive move to the upside. So normally, again, not to put people down, but when people are hopeless, when they feel like there's no way for something to happen, like they said, SPY will never crash, normally that's when the opposite happens. So the fact that people are saying AMC's dead, there's no hope at all, actually gives me a lot of hope. And I always want to do the opposite of the herd. And these are the times normally where things do get exciting. So the fact that we have this falling wedge, deep oversold conditions on the macro time frame tell me that we are most likely going to make a bottom and push back above $1 like I've been predicting this whole entire time. And I'm looking to see that potentially happen here within the next couple of weeks. But unfortunately, the same thing as GME, AMC will have some potential downside before recovering to the upside. If GME and the overall stock market start to recover, that would be very, very bullish and help us start to move back to the upside. So again, this is what we're looking at for AMC and GME. Both of them might see some downside before recovery, but I am looking forward to a potential bounce here on the macro. And overall, when in doubt, zoom out. AMC is deep oversold. Fundamentals are looking better. The debt runway has been extended. We do need to stop seeing all of these shares being sold. And I do want to see Adam Aaron out, but that is a whole other story. Let's go ahead and move it to the overall stock market, show you guys what's going on there. Then we'll move into BTC. Now, SPY is in straight capitulate mode. 4-hour time frame, oversold. Daily time frame, oversold. We are in deep oversold territory. We also have a gap fill to the upside on the daily time frame. So anyone thinking that SPY is not going to bounce here is definitely about to get caught off guard. I believe SPY is going to see a bounce, and probably a significant bounce, but be very, very careful because we are in a deep downtrend. The conflict is still happening. And guys, remember, just look at oil prices. Oil prices were soaring on Friday's trading day, and they are remaining high. So again, if you don't want to know everything going on, just keep an eye on this WTI crude. Anything over 100 is extremely bearish. Anything over 90 is bearish. And we are creeping to close to over 100 again. So again, remember, oil up, SPY down, oil down, SPY up. Keep an eye on those oil prices. But this is why overall I am macro bearish on SPY. I think micro will see a recovery up to potentially as high as like 642 to 644 at the peak. but I'm thinking we're going to continue this overall downtrend that we're in. As you guys can see, we're breaking down out of a rising wedge. We have this overall downtrend, which is still very, very much intact. We are in oversold conditions, so that normally means what you'll see is a bounce before continuing to the downside. Overall, when it's all said and done, I believe SPY will be going underneath 600 in my personal opinion before we even start to see a correction. Yes, we will see bounces on the way down to that level, but I believe SPY is setting up for a major correction that is just now starting. We had this bearish divergence, RSI trending down while price trending up. You guys can see that's leading to this flattening out and correction down. And last time we saw anything like this with the rising wedge, downtrend intact, and RSI trending down while price trending up, we had this major correction here. And very similar, we capitulated out, we bounced, hit our head on this resistance, and continued down and capitulated again. I believe that is something you're going to see here as well, except this will be much deeper. We'll come up, we'll bounce, but then we're going to be coming down underneath 600 to fill these gaps, in my personal opinion. So for the short term, I think SPY is going to recover somewhat, but overall, I still think we have a lot of downside ahead of us. As far as the daily and weekly drops that we're going to have for this week, we have JOLTS. That's going to be happening on Tuesday. Wednesday, April 1st, we have retail sales month over month and ISM manufacturing. And on Friday, while the market is closed, unemployment is expected, consensus and forecast, to come out higher, which is going to be extremely bearish, but the market is going to be closed. This could lead to chaos, ladies and gentlemen, especially if it does come out higher than 4.4%. The next trading day could be insane. So just get ready. I believe that we're going to see a major correction on SPY, and things are about to get crazy. And if oil prices do not come down, this is definitely going to be happening. But be prepared, because I think SPY is going to see a little bit of bounce, maybe Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, continuation to the downside. So this we're looking at for SPY in the overall market. Remember, guys, I think we're going to be coming up to like 638, maybe 642 or 644 at the peak, but then correcting to the downside after we fill this gap. If SPY loses 627.48, expect another major leg to the downside, similar to when we lost 650. I told you guys if we lose that, you're going to see another leg down. So that's what we would see for SPY. Let's go ahead and move into BTC and crypto, show you guys what's going on there, and then wrap up this video. So Bitcoin still in the extreme fear. Obviously, you want to do the opposite of the herd. When people are fearful, be greedy. When people are greedy, be fearful. We are in extreme fear for BTC and crypto. That means extreme buy, in my personal opinion. Looking at macro charts, so this is like if you're looking at 5-year, 10-year time frame. You guys can see when we come down into these buy zone territories, this light blue and blue area, that's when BTC really likes to rally. Well, guess what? We're back into those buy zones, that light blue, light green area. We are back in those buy zones. Last time we were there, BTC was at 15,000. It ran all the way up to 120,000. That's a 5 to 7x, ladies and gentlemen, if you bought the bottom and sold the top, and you didn't even have to do that to get a 5x. So major gains can be made when you buy in these deep oversold conditions. I believe BTC is still accumulating. If you look at the fractal still looks track, and in my personal opinion, as you guys can see, we had this overall accumulation here for BTC right here. We made a little bit of an uptrend, then came down. We're going to consolidate and push up is what the fractal was saying. This is what price has been doing. We made this move up. We're coming down. We have these buy orders here for BTC. So people are buying in this range. We'll probably consolidate here and push up. So I'm not expecting BTC to lose 65 to 63K. I'm expecting those levels to hold. So low end would be 65, and then lower than that would be 63K. I'm expecting one of those two levels to hold, and we'll consolidate around these ranges and push up from there. We're looking for BTC to break and hold 71,000. If it does, that means that it is indeed breaking out and should see a push to the upside. Now, Bitcoin dominance is so high that if Bitcoin pumps, altcoins will pump. If Bitcoin dumps, altcoins will dump. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 58.1%. So that's why we track Bitcoin so carefully on this channel. Also, it is mostly the entire market cap for the crypto market cap. So literally, it's going to control what happens. I'm thinking BTC is going to consolidate, like I'm saying, and push up as it is tracking with the white dotted line as well. RSI is trending up, letting us know bullish momentum is building. And we just need to break out of this accumulation range where people seem to be buying and accumulating to see that move movement to the upside. And I believe Bitcoin is maturing. We're seeing bullish legislation and a lot of things happening that tells me BTC could potentially decouple from traditional markets. So this is what we're looking at. This is your weekly outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. Of course, things like Ethereum, XRP would need to see BTC push up to make that move. XRP actually has this extremely bullish falling wedge on the macro, which should see XRP coming back up to like $2.50, $3 here once BTC makes a move up. So anything under 150 is an absolute steal for XRP. Guys, if you found this video informative, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. Go ahead and follow me on Twitch to help out even more. I appreciate you if you made it to the end of this video. Make sure you do this most of all, though. Make sure you have fun. Stay safe. Make money. Peace out. All right, we got to edit that, John. Cyber attacks have been going crazy, bro. But they don't put that in the news. Thank you guys for helping me get the 79 followers on Twitch. If you can make an account, give me a follow. It's absolutely free. And I will see you guys Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in on the weekend. I appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your weekend. Peace out, family. Yo, what? I can click this on OBS and it works? I never knew that. Wait, did I? Oh, wait, I had it on here and was controlling it. Okay. Okay. See you, Kai Supreme, Andrew. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Shout out Twitch gang. Twitch gang. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. I will be live Monday, most likely a little bit earlier. I'm going to try. So if you guys can lock in on Monday early as possible. I appreciate anybody who locked in over the weekend.
Yes, we will see bounces on the way down to that.
I appreciate anybody who locked in.
Start to see a correction. Yes. Before we even start to see a correction. Yes, we will see.
I appreciate anybody who locked in on the weekend. Thank you guys so much. Shout out Twitch gang. Please give me a follow over there if you can. Prime sub. It's absolutely free and it really does help support